Good morning, children. In last chemistry class, we saw the chapter acids, bases, and salts. Right? We even had a refreshing class for regarding this topic. We saw about what is an acid and base, their characteristics, and few examples for them. So first, what is an acid? An acid will taste sour. It is derived from the Latin word acea, which means sour. Yeah. Then what is a base? A base will taste bitter and it is slippery to touch. All our soaps, lime water, bleach, and detergents are bases. Right? Now let us recall some of the acids which are all present naturally in the food substances which we eat. Lemon orange will have citric acid. I asked you to be thorough with these acids, right? Tomato will have oxalic. Your Pepsi, Coca-Cola drinks will have carbonic acid. Pickles will have vinegar, and in vinegar you have the acid, acetic acid. Okay. Then we saw about the bases. I always told you that the acids will have the name at the end as acid. How to find a base means the chemical formula for the bases will include OH group and HCO3. OH means hydroxide. HCO3 means bicarbonate. So whenever there is these hydroxide or bicarbonates present in a substance, then it will be a base, because all the acids and bases are solutions, right? Solution means which is in a liquid state when it is mixed with a substance. So water will have H2O, will have hydrogen plus OH, and OH over there is nothing but your hydroxide. Okay, so in your soap it will be Na means sodium hydroxide, KOH means potassium hydroxide. All these things we discussed last class, and I also told you that lime water is different from lemon juice and lime water are different. Okay, lemon is a fruit, whereas lime water is your sunnambu, that is what you call in your Tamil, right? So lime water will be CaOH twice. Okay. Then we saw the classifications as strong acid and weak acid. Even in base also we saw the classifications as strong base and weak base. The strong acids will have a greater impact. The same in your bases. Strong acid and strong base is toxic to the human beings, whereas your weak acids and weak bases are acceptable, and that is what we see in our daily life substances. Soap is a weak base. Lemon will have the citric acid, that is a weak acid, right? This I have already taught you in the pH scale in your refreshing classes stuff. That pH scale image I have been put there, that if you take a look at it you would understand it better. Okay. Also, I taught you three types of solutions. No, my dear children, in your refreshing class, what are the three types of solutions? Acidic solution, basic solution, and the third one will be your neutral solution. So what is the best example for the neutral solution? Neutral solution is nothing but your pure water. I gave you a very good difference between the pure water and drinking water in your refreshing class. Drinking water needs some kind of salts and minerals for the healthy growth of the human beings. So that is not the exact pure water. Drinking water's pH will not be equal to 7. This we saw in our refreshing class. I hope you remember that. Okay. So whenever a solution has exact pH equal to 7, then that is your neutral solution, and that is nothing but my pure water which has no amount of salts or no minerals in it. Completely zero condition it will be. No salts, no minerals present in it. That is what called as pure water, and that is your neutral solution. Now, what does this neutralization mean? It is a process in which you are going to produce the neutral solution. Okay, so whenever chemistry is nothing but whenever you mix two things, you get a new product. So similar way, whenever you're going to mix something and in the end you got a neutral solution, means then the process is called as neutralization. Okay, now what am I going to mix? When I now you know what is meant by acid and what is meant by base. What kind of solutions can be acid? Examples for acid we saw lemon juice, orange juice, curd, dal, vinegar, or examples for acid. And base would be your soap solution, detergent solution, bleach solutions, all right. So whenever I take these two solutions and mix it, the end of the product after this reaction, I get the neutral solution. So let us see this equation. So acid plus base, I am mixing acid with base. So what happens in the reaction? The salt is formed plus water and plus heat evolution. Evolution means production. Heat is produced. So this we can do it in our chemistry lab and see as an experiment. If I give you a solution of acid and base, when you mix both the things, you will observe the formation of salt. Okay, and water will be present. Salt water you have seen, right? This is not salt water. You will obtain separately salt and obtain separately water, and along with that, when you touch that solution, heat will be produced. The test tube may be hot, it may be warm in nature because heat is produced after mixing. Okay, so this is just an example equation I gave you. For example, acid means HCl, hydrochloric acid. Where is this acid present? In our stomach. The digestive juice is nothing but your hydrochloric acid. The formula for hydrochloric acid is HCl. H means hydrogen. I write it as hydro. Cl means chlorine. So hydrochloric acid. Okay. Plus, I have asked you to learn to pronounce these chemical formulas in the wording. In the last class itself, I trained you, I gave you some examples. No, my dear children, Na means sodium, OH means hydroxide. So whenever there is OH group and HCO3 group bicarbonates means then it is your base. Now did you understand? NaOH is a base. Na means sodium. OH means hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide. So when I mix these both, I get NaCl. What is NaCl? To understand what is NaCl, see the above reaction. So instead of the wording acid, base, salt, water, I have applied in the practical examples. No, acid means I have used acid here, hydrochloric acid. Base, I have used a base here, NaOH. So in the end product after the reaction, I have got NaCl plus H2O. So what is H2O? This H2O is nothing but your water. So as per your equation, I got the water and heat would be evolved, that I have not written in this reaction. That how can I see whether heat is produced or not? Just by touching. So I did not mention in this equation, but you need to keep in your mind that whenever acid and base is mixed, heat will be evolved. So this NaCl refers to your salt as per the equation, right? NaCl, give the name of this. Na means sodium, Cl means chlorine. I give it as sodium chloride. You will be learning to give the names of these chemical formulas in your upcoming chapters, my dear children. Do not panic with this. Okay. So NaCl means it is sodium chloride. Now go to your kitchen and take a packet of salt which you use for your food as an ingredient and turn the packet of the salt. There you could see the ingredients or the products used to prepare the salt. In that, check out whether you find the name sodium chloride or NaCl over there. Yes? there would be definitely these words, sodium chloride. So NaCl is nothing but the salt which we use for the foods which we eat. That is what we take in daily. So the for the salt which we eat daily, the chemical formula for that will be NaCl, sodium chloride. Understood, my dear children? Now I will explain you again this. The basic concept of neutralization is that whenever I mix acid and base together, I will get in return the salt and water, as well as the heat will be evolved. Okay, this process is called as neutralization. I am acid is a toxic substance and base is also a toxic substance. When I mix these both, there happens a neutralization. Neutralization means balancing, equalization. Now the resulting water and salt is not toxic, so I have made it into a neutralized product by mixing these. Okay children, this is the concept of your neutralization. The next topic we are going to see is acids, bases and salts in daily life. Okay, in daily life also we experience this neutralization process. Let us see in detail and few examples for that. So are you now clear that whenever acid is too toxic or base is too toxic, I create a neutralization so that it is a equalized product with no harmfulness. Okay. So first example is indigestion. Indigestion means whenever we feel the vomiting session or whenever we feel that the stomach is too heavy and the food is not digested, then it is indigestion. How come indigestion happens? In our stomach we have the acid HCl. HCl means what is it? HCl is an acid, hydrochloric acid. I told you before itself. It is present in your stomach. That is your digestive juice. Okay, it has the enzyme pepsin. If you wanted to know what is meant by an enzyme, you will be learning it in your upcoming chapters in your biology. Please wait for that. Until that, it is like a pigment. Okay, I hope you know what is meant by pigment, right? It is a enzyme. We give the name as enzyme. This acid, hydrochloric acid, will have the enzyme pepsin, like a pigment present in it, which will help to digest the proteins. Okay, from the food we eat, for the digestion process we have the hydrochloric acid. In hydrochloric acid you have a special item or the product over there that is called as pepsin, helping you to do that action. Okay, so you might not be wondering what is present in this acid that is helping me to do the digestion. In hydrochloric acid you have the pepsin that enables you to digest, right children? Yes. So whenever there is an excess of this hydrochloric acid, there occurs indigestion. Okay, so I told you already, whenever there is excess. The next one is ant sting. Okay, ant sting is nothing but the bite of an ant. What happens whenever we are bitten by an ant? The area will be swollen, right? It is because the ants will have the formic acid in their stings. Stings is nothing but the hands and legs of the ant. We give the name as stings because it is not like your human being to have hands and legs separately. That is a different living organism. So for its parts we have given the name as sting. Okay, from the area of the ant which has the formic acid, and that does a reaction in the human body by swelling once it is bitten, right? So ants will have formic acid in it. Now whenever there is a formic acid application on the skin of the human beings, what happens? When the ant bites, it is swollen, so the formic acid is applied over there, so that is creating a reaction on the human skin, leading to the swollen action. Now I have to neutralize it. So what am I doing? I am mixing with a base. Your baking soda is a base. No, we saw in the last class itself as an example for base. Calamine, lactocalamine. Have you come across this cosmetic product, lactocalamine? That has zinc carbonate in it, and that is a base, right? So baking soda's chemical formula is sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium Na, hydrogen H, CO3 is carbonate. You can even call it as sodium bicarbonate. Because HCO3 will be nothing but your bicarbonate. You can have two or more names for a product with respect to its chemical formula, my dear children. Don't confuse about naming the items with their chemical formula. That you will learn in detail in your upcoming classes. I swear I will make it easy for you. Now get to know about the examples which are all bases. Okay, baking soda is an example of base. Calamine, keep that lactocalamine in your mind. Okay, that is a base because of the presence of zinc carbonate in it. Why lactocalamine is a base? Because it has zinc carbonate. Carbonate is present means, I told you now, right children? I told you now in the last class, whenever there is hydroxides and bicarbonates, if you see these names in the examples of the solution, then it is a base. So calamine has zinc carbonate. Carbonate, if this name is here, so this will definitely be a base. I can just close my eyes and give the assurance. No? Yeah. So I have the formic acid, and if I mix with a base, what will happen? It is neutralized. So here it is, if you have baking soda in your home, after the ant bite, if you just apply baking soda on the top of it, the action will be neutralized and the swollen will be reduced soon and you won't have any pain. Yes, the next one is your soil treatment. That also involves neutralization reaction. Your soils will help the plants to grow well. Okay, so for the growth of the plant, we need to apply or expose it to fertilizers. Whenever there is too much of fertilizers, the soil will become acidic. I am telling you a very important point that all the crops and plants will never grow in a soil which is too acidic or which is too basic. It should be in the proper format. It should be in the neutralized state. Only then the crop can grow well. If there is excess of fertilizers, then the soil is becoming too acidic. So it cannot be used for the growth of crops. So I have to apply my neutralization process here. That is, acid plus base will lead me to the neutralized state. So I am mixing with another base for the soil treatment. That is lime. I'm either using quick lime or slaked lime. Okay. So in the last class I gave you another explanation that lime water is different from lemon. No. So lime means sunambu. Whenever the lime is present in its raw format, in the dry state, I give the name as quick lime and its formula will be CaO. Whenever it is mixed with water, okay, it is called as slaked lime. Can you see the hydrogen formula here, OH? OH is nothing but obtained from your water only, right? See this, from the water only I got hydrogen and OH. So OH is from the water, H2O. So if the lime is mixed with water, it becomes as CaOH twice and I call it as slaked lime. Slaked lime means with water. Quick lime means without water in the raw state. Okay, so whenever I mix the acidic soil with bases, then it is neutralized. So for what kind of base I use for the soil treatment? It is either quick lime or slaked lime. And the last example would be factory waste. All the industries whichever is using their machines and sources to produce various amount of products for the mankind benefit like dyeing of clothes and milk products, all your dress stitching materials, furnishing machines, all these are all run in factories and industries. They too will have some kind of waste to be disposed. If they are directly mixed in the water in rivers and lakes and streams, it would affect the fish in the water. So before releasing into the water, the factories will undergo a process of neutralization. If it is of too acidic, I will mix basic solutions in the waste so that it is neutralized. Or if it is of too basic, I will mix acid solutions to neutralize the waste, and then only the factory releases in the water streams so that the fishes are not affected. Okay, children, now I hope you got an idea about the neutralization reaction and its various applications even in our daily life. So, for what kind of a situation, what acid are we using and what base are we using, you should be clear in that. Okay, children, so let us continue the remaining in the next class. Until then, stay safe in your home and stay healthy, my dear children. See you soon.